One of the greatest things you can give someone is a meal. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a meal to share and one for yourself.
I'm Katie, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make a meal to bless somebody else. I don't know about you, but food is one of the greatest gifts. When someone makes you a home-cooked meal, you are not only giving someone the gift of time, but you're also giving them the ability to sit down with their family. So that's an awesome gift, and that's what I'm going to share in this video. And the cool thing about this is I'm going to show you how you can double it so you have enough for your family that night and then enough to pack up and give away. And I think this is really awesome because sometimes you make a meal for someone else and then you're like, well, what are we going to eat? So in this video, I'm going to show you how you essentially double these recipes to end up with 2 servings for 6, and obviously you could make this into 3 meals for 4 people, whatever you wanted to do. I'm going to show you how to make BBQ meatballs, garlic chive mashed potatoes. I'm going to make some herbed dinner rolls using rolls from the freezer section that we just chopped with some butter and herbs and make it really simple but tasty. And then your basic chocolate chip cookie. I don't go into the details on this recipe, but I do share the best chocolate to make awesome chocolate chip cookies. We use the word comfort food sometimes, and I think this food is literally comfort food, that you can share it and it'll be a comfort to other people. And I hope you do that, so let's get into the video.
I'm going to show these recipes in more of a timeline, going back and forth like I would in the normal kitchen. So I'm going to start with some frozen dinner rolls, and I'm just taking some pans and spraying. You can see one's disposable and one I'm going to keep for myself, and I'm just plopping these frozen rolls in. I'm just following package directions here. I think they said they needed to sit out 3 to 5 hours, depending on the warmth in your kitchen, and just placing those in the pans. Once you've got that done, you're just going to cover them with some plastic wrap. Make sure that when you put this plastic wrap on them, that you actually spray the plastic wrap so it doesn't stick to the rolls. This is especially a problem when you go to pull it off. If you pull it off and it's sticking, it can actually take the air out of it. Now I'm going to switch over to the potatoes, and I just start peeling the potatoes. I have 5 pounds of potatoes here, and all the recipe quantities will be down in the description box below for all of these recipes. I use russet potatoes. I think they're good for mashed potatoes, but you could obviously use something else. Also, this peeler looks cute, but it actually works horribly. Then I go and I quarter my potatoes. I used to cut them smaller, but I heard that your mashed potatoes turn out a little better if you don't do them in super small chunks. So unless I'm in a hurry, I'll just quarter them and then drop them into my pot. I then cover them with water and pop them on the stove. I'm then ready to work on my meatballs. I start with my hamburger and eggs. I then move over and add some chopped onion. Even if you don't like onion, it just adds good flavor without being super strong when it all cooks together. I'm then going to add some quick oats. If you just have regular oats, you can use those. I do find some people don't like the big chunks of oats, so you could give them a quick pulse in the blender if you wanted to. Here I have garlic powder and seasoned salt and pepper, and I just drop all of that in. And then I get my hands in there and just start mixing it up until it's all combined. I'm then just using a scoop. If you don't have a scoop, use a teaspoon or a tablespoon. The meatballs can be any size. It doesn't really matter. As I'm scooping them, I'll kind of push them together just so they are tight and that they don't fall apart when they bake. And you're just going to keep working through your meat mixture until you have all of your meatballs scooped out. One thing is these are not cookies. They're not going to spread, so you can have them a little bit closer together. You don't want them touching because we do want them to get nice and brown. And then you're going to pop them in the oven. And again, all the recipes will be down in the description. I'll take a look at my potatoes. Make sure you get that lid off before it boils over. I'm going to work on these cookies. I'm using Ghirardelli chocolate, which is amazing. I'm just using the recipe on the back, so I'm not going to bore you with how I made these. They're very basic chocolate chips, but seriously, get those bittersweet chocolate chips from Ghirardelli. They're bigger. Literally, they're bigger than normal chocolate chips, and they're better because they're a darker chocolate. They make super great cookies, so even if you have a great chocolate chip cookie recipe, just break that out and use it. I think chocolate chip cookies are such great comfort food. They should not be overlooked, and they're just super easy to pop together. So here, just have them on the pan, and I'm going to bake those off. I also pull my meatballs out of the oven. and I start transferring them into a dish. I will let you know, all these meatballs are not on this one tray. I did have to fit them on another tray. So I'm just splitting it up between the two pans, and then I'm adding barbecue sauce. You could make it. I'm just using this raised barbecue sauce, and it's super delicious. But anything you have that you like, use it. I'm just stirring to cover them, and then in the meantime I'm going to go drain my potatoes off. So with all these recipes I'm just working back and forth, which is great, saving us time. And then once it's drained, I start mashing them. And you want a lot of heat like this. This is good when it's steaming off. You can't see it, but you keep mashing it to get as much moisture out. Then I'm going to add the cream cheese and the butter, and then I'm just going to kind of push it down into the potatoes and cover them up with the potatoes. I want this cream cheese and butter to get all soft and melty before I start working with it. So just cover it up, let it set for 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'm going to add in my sour cream, which makes it super delicious. And then I'm also going to add my seasonings. I use garlic powder, chives, seasoned salt, and pepper. The chives and the garlic powder make it so good and make it so flavorful, and obviously there's a lot of richness in here, so these potatoes are super standalone. Once you have it all pushed and mashed together and everything is mixed through, you're ready to transfer it. And I'm transferring half of it out of here into a container to give somebody, and then half of it will be for our supper. I look and see that my dinner rolls have puffed up nicely and they're ready to be dropped in the oven. Once I pull them out, and again, this has all just been according to package directions, I'm just going to take a stick of butter and I'm going to rub it on the tops of them. If you want to use melted butter and a pastry brush, you can do that. I have done that. I didn't have a pastry brush today, and this is actually the way my grandma used to do it. I remember watching her do this. So just take that stick of butter and rub it all over. It'll melt itself as you're going, and one less utensil to clean. Once you've got all the butter on them, then you're just going to hit it with some seasonings. I'm just using parsley and garlic powder. I think using the garlic powder in both the rolls and the mashed potato kind of ties the meal together. You could use tons of things. You could use fresh herbs, but I love that this is just simple. It's from the freezer and from the pantry, and now we have a meal for 6 plus 6, 12 people, one to give, one to keep. Such good comfort food.
I hope you found this video helpful. I hope that you bless somebody with a meal, even if it's none of these recipes. I hope that you're able to encourage someone through food. It truly is a blessing, and I will see you next week twice, Monday and Thursday. So I'll see you then. Bye.